Divi page to use them somewhere else, but I'll show this for both sections and rows. So I'll just, the section is that I want to steal. It's this gray section that I'm going to show you in a second. Just wait for Divi to load. Give me a second here. Let's see. So this is the section I want to steal, right? So you already know how to save. If you don't, there's a button that says save to library, and you give your section a name, whatever, and it's saved to the library. I've already saved the section that I need, but just as a reference, you can save the row here as well using this button. It's the same sort of button, but on the green. This would be saving the row, and I'll show you the significance of that in a second. To be honest, if you save the row, because the background was set to gray on the section, you won't have the gray background here, so you might not be able to see it on a Divi page. But anyway, so now I'm going to exit Visual Builder because I've already saved the section that I need from before. So now how do I import it to another page? Let's go to the backend, find my little dummy page that I've got. And before I do that, I want to show you something. There is something called the Divi Library here. It's very important to note that in the Divi Library, in case you forgot, it tells you what the thing is that you saved, whether it's a section, a module, or a row. And I'll show you all of these in action, because you can't import rows by clicking a specific. You need to click a specific button because basically Divi has context, if that makes sense. I'll show you exactly what I mean by that. And this is the sort of tricky part, right? So let's go to our little page here. I have a draft dummy page or whatever you want to call it right here. So I will go to my dummy pages here in a second, and I will edit. I can go to the front end, but you can do it in the back end as well. It doesn't really matter. I'll just go to the front end just for fun. Give it a second to load. So, okay, as you can see, it's created my empty Divi page. The fact that you're seeing this is because I've already got headers and footers set for the page. The middle of the page is this. So if you remember from what I was showing before, what we saved is a section. So you click here, create section, and you go add from library, and you'll see only addable sections when this loads. I'll explain in a second what that means. So our section that we wanted to steal was this one. And as you can see, it's loaded it underneath the current content. So I can destroy this section here, the empty one. And that's how you would, you know, add a section that you saved to the library. Now, what I want to show is if what you had saved was a row, you would have to come and click the green little button that says add a new row and then add that from library. As you can see, the section called the section Lindsay wanted to steal is not here because in context, these are rows and not sections. So this, if I remember correctly, is some kind of button that returns you to the homepage. And as you can see, it just brought in a row with a button in it. So there's a significant difference between what you're importing. For example, can you see that there's an empty space here? This is where I could add more modules like a text box or whatever. Let's say that I have a module saved to the library, which by the way I do. So I can go add from library, but you can see that I can't even see the rows that I was doing before or the sections. The only thing I can see is either buttons, CTAs, text stuff that I'd previously saved, some blurbs or something like. So this is some kind of blurb that they previously saved for some reason. But what I'm saying is you import based on context. So depending whether or not this was a row, a section, or a module, you would have to add it in that context. I hope this makes sense and simple enough to understand as to why we do this to add sections, row modules based on context for Divi. I hope that helps someone out.